Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. And also to those of you who are also following or subscribed to my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess. I do appreciate you guys so much in all the ways in which you do support my work here. So today's pick your card reading is one that I've been wanting to do for at least a little bit here. And we're going to be looking at what have you basically been gifted by your ancestors, or what is it that your ancestors are gifting to you. Okay, so gifts from your ancestors is the topic for today. So we do have three crystals here for you guys to choose from. If you already feel called to a certain crystal, you're more than welcome to skip ahead to the timestamps today. I am going to be shuffling and putting some piles together. So if you want to look at what your pile looks like with your crystal on top of it, there will be a timestamp there. But if you want to watch the shuffling process, you're more than welcome to do that as well. I'm going to have a timestamp for, I'll probably call it pile, I don't know. I forgot what I used to call it before because it's been a while since I've shuffled and put piles together on camera. But we are going to be doing that today. If you just want to go directly to your reading, like I said, you can just click the timestamp. But I will also list a timestamp for you to do that I will call pile selection, so that you can look at what your pile looks like all shuffled out with the crystal on top of it, to do that as well. But pile one is going to be this Desert Rose Selenite. Okay, so Desert Rose Selenite is going to be for pile number one. Pile two, you're going to be this Ammonite. Pile number three, you are going to be this blue rose quartz. So blue rose quartz for pile number three. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time. Those of you that want to watch the shuffling process, it will follow this right after, so you can watch that process if you do like to watch. I will also have all of the tarot and oracle decks listed in the description box, which is located directly underneath the video. I don't think that it's called description box. I think it's like, it might, like you might see like part of the, like some information underneath, and then it might say more, and then when you click on more, it'll bring up this whole little section, which is what the description box is, and it has all my information in it, especially for those of you that are wanting to book private readings. My email is there as well. Okay, so let's get into shuffling and putting these piles together for those of you that are going to be watching that process. All right, so I'm going to move these crystals up here a little bit, and we're going to start shuffling out the piles. I think I want to start with, we're going to pull the tarot first. And this is the El Goliath Tarot. I think I might try to tell you guys what decks they are as we're shuffling them out. We are going to be pulling four of these tarot cards from this deck, and then we will move on to the oracle. Okay, so let's see. Let's pull four. Pile number one. Gifts from your ancestors. So what have your ancestors gifted you, or what are they gifting to you? What are your ancestors gifting to you? So those are pile 1. Now pile 2, what are your ancestors gifting you? Okay, and then pile 3, what are your ancestors gifting you? Okay, so those are the tarot. Now let's move on to the oracle cards. What are we going to do first? Let's do this one here, and this is the Seasons of the Witch Samhain oracle. Okay. So what are your ancestors gifting to you? What are your ancestors gifting to you? Okay. So now let's move on to this deck here, and this is the Roses, Dust, and Ashes oracle cards. Roses, Dust, and Ashes. What are your ancestors gifting to you? What are your ancestors gifting to you? Okay. And then we're going to do this one here, which is the Outlaw Oracle. What are your ancestors gifting to you? Okay, now let's do this one, and this one has a long name. It says For Strange Women, the Botanical Oracle. What are your ancestors gifting to you? Okay, and then the next one we have is this one here, which is the Talisman Oracle. What are your ancestors gifting to you? All right. And then we're going to do this one here, and this one is the Poesis Oracle. Now with this one here, there is some imagery that I might have to cover up, depending on what cards they are. So we're going to choose 4 of these for each pile. What are your ancestors gifting to you? 2. What are your ancestors gifting to you? And pile 3. And then one more is this one here, and this is the Magical Herb Oracle. What are your ancestors gifting to you? Gifts from your ancestors. All right, so those are all the cards we are going to be using today. So we're going to work on making a timestamp for the people who are just going to look at it. What should I put on top? I think all these cards are kind of, some of them are really skinny, narrow. I don't know. The choices. If I use this one, it's just going to cover. Well, I guess so. That'll work. We'll just do it this way. Makes it easier than me trying to mess with them. And okay. That is pile 2. And that is going to be pile 3. Are we good? We're a little crooked, but that's okay. All right. So these are the choices for the piles today. Gifts from your ancestors. Again, pile 1, we have the Desert Rose Selenite. Pile 2, we have the Ammonite. And then pile number 3, we have the Blue Rose Quartz. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the piles. I'm going to move these just so you guys can see, because some of that Desert Rose is kind of blending in to the background, but just so that you guys can see it that way too. Okay, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with the Desert Rose Selenite, this is going to be your reading today. So we are finding out gifts from your ancestors. What is it that your ancestors have or are gifting to you at this time? I am going to save the tarot for last because I'm going to put those on top. So I'll put these right here. And then we're going to start putting these cards out. So we have communication. Okay. Communication. And I'm going to save these for down here. Okay, so we have good fortune. Good fortune. We have the pomegranate. We have the rodeo, and it says competition and also luck of the draw. We have eternity. Eternity. We have mischief, and it says, keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. I love that. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a second. It might sound bad, but I think it's really good. We have illuminate here. We have blockage. Aha. We have connect. And we also have rage. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So the first thing that's strongest to me here with the mischief being here, again, keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. Okay. So what I'm getting with that, as far as what your ancestors are gifting to you, we do have communication here as well. So I kind of feel that your ancestors have given you some type of gift of insight. And that can be that you are receiving messages from your spirit team through dreams, through psychic visions, through clairaudience, through clairvoyance, claircognizance, okay? When there is anything that kind of seems off to you, or if there are even people that are surrounding you that do not have your best interest at heart, this brings to mind the energy of deception, okay? People who are... I'm noticing that these witches here, they're kind of climbing all around this house. And there is one woman who's kind of standing in this window here, and they look like they're trying to get in. So I almost feel like this is your spirit team, your ancestors, your ancestors gifting to you this ability to, I'm getting protection energy, okay? But also that they're giving you this gift of being tuned into your psychic senses. So that if there is anything that is happening external to you, and this may even be something that's happening in the spirit realm as well, okay? Where your ancestors are gifting to you this protection, protecting you, as well as kind of keeping you tuned in to information that is revealing to you when something is off, or even people surrounding you that have deceitful or mischievous type of behavior, trying to mess with you, trying to throw you off track, trying to do anything of that nature. That with the illuminate here, that these are things that are being made clear to you. These are things that are being revealed to you. Okay. We also have this beautiful pomegranate here, which is a good sign of abundance, and we have good fortune right next to that. So I'm feeling that you have a very strong gift in connection to your spirit team, not just your ancestors, but your higher self, your passed on loved ones, any beings in which that you may connect with in the spirit realm. I'm also kind of feeling, because I'm noticing we have rage here, okay? And this can be a lot of intense energy, intense emotions, or even, anger, or, things of that nature. And this could even be that you feel this way with things during challenges, conflict that you might be facing in your life, and you might perceive these things as blockages, some of which I feel like your spirit team or ancestors are protecting you. And sometimes you might get frustrated, but I feel like it's definitely that your ancestors are trying to kind of guide you and to protect what you are meant to have in this lifetime. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with your abundance too. Some of you, this could be, you know, helping you to get into alignment with wealth, good fortune. Okay, we can also receive good fortune in many different areas of our life. It doesn't just have to be about money and, you know, wealth. We can feel wealthy in many different ways. Okay, so we have the rodeo here, and it says competition and luck of the draw. So yeah, these are beautiful energies here, with helping you to continue to receive blessings, I feel like, within your life here. Some of you might also have a gift of communication here with your ability to communicate with other people. You might also be a really good listener. I feel like you definitely have a gift of paying attention to detail. Okay, being able to understand things on a deeper level. So even during those times when, like I said, you might get a little bit frustrated or upset when you kind of don't understand things, it's kind of like when you're connecting in with your ancestors, you're able to receive what you need to, so that you can kind of navigate your way through whatever life is kind of throwing at you. Okay, I'm also feeling that some of you might have had some blockages surrounding the throat chakra, and your ancestors are kind of gifting you this ability to use your voice, okay, to communicate clearly, authentically. Some of you, I feel like you're also divine channels for wisdom and knowledge that your ancestors have been able to receive throughout their lifetimes. And I feel that a lot of the wisdom and guidance that you receive or that you're able to communicate, some of you might also be really good at giving other people advice. Sometimes you might get frustrated because you feel like, why can't I do this for myself? But I can give it to other people really good. So yes, I feel some of you, your ancestors are gifting to you this gift of your communication, something about your words. I mean, it almost makes me feel like you are divine channels for receiving information from other realms. Okay, like I said, just not just ancestors included, but they are kind of using you as a conduit for receiving divine guidance, insight, okay, into that, no matter which way you are receiving it. Like I said, some of you could be clairaudient, clairvoyant, claircognizant. I'm feeling a lot of psychic energy within this pile. So definitely feeling you have a very strong connection to the divine in any ways in which you do receive that information. I'm also feeling it's kind of like your ancestors are trying to keep your pathway open to help you to align with good fortune in your life. And sometimes there are certain things that are blocked and you might not understand why. Like, why is this thing that I want, why is this not happening? But it's almost that your ancestors are kind of guiding you in a little bit of a different direction towards something that is far better than that. I'm going to look at what this pomegranate, again, this is from the For Strange Woman Botanical Oracle. But pomegranates are a symbol of wealth and prosperity. But let's see what this, yeah, okay, so this is sexuality, fertility, abundance, and beauty. Wow, this could represent a new idea or life developing. So it could very well be something that your ancestors are gifting to you that's going to help you to create more wealth or more abundance within your life. It could be something that you are creating. Some of you might have a gift of creativity or being able to creatively express yourself in that way. Some of you might be really good at writing or singing, poetry, things in which you can channel that information there as well. Okay, since this is also talking about beauty, some of you, it could be that your ancestors are kind of gifting to you in a way more confidence in yourself. Some of you currently might be going through a glow up, okay, feeling better, feeling more confident within yourself there as well. I'm kind of wanting a little bit more information, I feel like, on the eternity. I think I might also look, and this is such a beautiful deck. This is the Roses, Dust, and Ashes Oracle. And I'm going to look in the guidebook and see eternity. To me, when I first think about that, it reminds me of longevity. Okay, and of course we know we are humans, so we're not going to live forever, so I don't see it in that aspect. What is that? Number 32. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so it says the Celts, as early as the 8th century AD, used the pattern of a looped knot to signify eternity, because it has no start or finish. This, in turn, is meant to symbolize the eternity of life. Eternity is often thought as an infinite amount of time, but it can also refer to a timeless state of being. In this sense, eternity is not just a duration of time, but a mode of existence that transcends time altogether. This concept of eternity can be applied to one's spiritual life by recognizing that the ultimate goal is not just to live forever, but to attain a state of being that is beyond the limitations of time and space. That's so beautiful. By cultivating a spiritual practice that focuses on the present moment and the eternal now, one can experience a taste of eternity in the here and now. Okay? So I love that. I feel like in a way it's kind of like your spirit team, your ancestors are kind of trying to gift you this presence of being in the moment, right? Because you know how we kind of go through life and we're thinking about the past and then we're thinking, about the future, and it's kind of like we miss out on now, the present moment, and being able to enjoy the beauty of life in the present moment. Okay? So it makes me feel that your ancestors could be trying to guide you to focus and to stay present in your life, to help you to feel more grounded. Okay? To help to kind of illuminate certain things for you. Frogs was also something that was coming through here, and I don't know, maybe that might resonate for some of you if you've been seeing frogs lately. Frogs are also a symbol of, luck and prosperity as well here. Let's look at your tarot and see what else you have here. We have the Hanged Man. We have the World. We have Judgment, which says the Transcendence. This one says the Sacred Circle, the Suspended Monkey. And then we also have the Hermit. Wow, you guys got all major arcana here. All major arcana. Okay, so the World is about completion. And it is a very beautiful energy. Some of you, your ancestors could truly be helping you on your path of enlightenment, of working along your spiritual path to achieve a state of enlightenment. We also have the Hanged Man here, which is about insight, enlightenment, another card that's very spiritual. Okay, and the Hanged Man is about keeping ourselves open to a change in perspective. And through that change of perspective, we're able to see life situations in a very different way. Okay, so I'm truly feeling that, like I said, your ancestors are kind of gifting you this gift of sight, of awareness, of information that you're receiving. We also have the Hermit energy here, and this one says the Inner Master. So the Hermit energy is about reflection, introspection, and seeking the deeper meaning of life, really taking some time to rediscover the self, okay? Finding your inner light, navigating your way through the darkness. Some of you may have achieved a certain state of this insight, of this knowledge, of this wisdom that has been passed down by your ancestors. And I feel because of that, you may also really feel called to in this lifetime to help to navigate or to help to lead others, okay? To guide others, because the Hermit is also a guide. And it's about navigating our way through the darkness. And I feel many of you, with things that have come into your own awareness, I'm definitely feeling that those of you that have chose this pile may have gone through a spiritual awakening, okay? Because Judgment is also talking about awakening. So can the Hanged Man, okay? And then through the process of the Hermit energy, awakening can happen as well. And the world, not only is this talking about cycles and completion of cycles, but the World card is the last card within the major arcana. And the major arcana in the tarot symbolize the Fool's journey through the process of our spiritual journey. And the World being the last one is where we achieve spiritual enlightenment. So it's a beautiful energy. And then it's kind of like we start all over again, back to the energy of the Fool, where we are embarking on a new beginning. So yes, I'm definitely feeling that there is a lot of very protective energy that your ancestors have. Judgment is also, with this talking about transcendence here, Judgment is connected into karma, okay? So I feel for many of you, your ancestors are also gifting you this ability to be able to have a certain perspective about certain karmic cycles, and I feel like even ones that have to do with your family line, okay, or your ancestral line, and you being able to clear, okay, heal, release. Some of you may be kind of like the chosen one out of your ancestral line to do all of this inner work and to kind of do your family line justice, your ancestral line justice, by being able to clear a lot. So some of you may have had a little bit of a more challenging or difficult path, I would say, than most out of your family. And I feel like it's kind of like you're that person out of the ancestral line that is able to clear so much of this karmic energy here. But there's also this, with the Judgment card here, this is about rebirth. This is about being able to go through and transcend your own karma, to be able to kind of put that behind you, to be able to start fresh and new, okay? This also kind of speaks to me about this reinventing yourself and about the process of transformation and growth through even those challenging times. Here we're looking at a bear that's kind of coming out of the water with its mouth wide open, growling. And I'm seeing this kind of like as this release of many different things. You know, it looks like it's kind of roaring in pain or in anger and just releasing all of this energy so that it is cleared here, okay? I'm feeling that those of you also that chose this pile are incredibly intelligent, okay? Very well spoken. And I feel like a lot of the wisdom that you have within you, pile one, I feel like sometimes when you're speaking and communicating with others, or even, you know, teaching people or helping people in some way, that you're like, how do I know all this? Where is this information coming from? Because it might not even be something that you feel like you've studied for, or that you, like, where is all this coming from? And I feel like it's just because you have access to all of this knowledge and wisdom that your ancestors have gained over, like I said, their lifetimes, and you being able to be that divine channel to speak basically for spirit. Okay, so I feel like it's really beautiful. I feel like your ancestors kind of keep you in the know about things and helping you to guide you along your path with the openness to receive information and to allow that to be something that helps you to navigate through your own life. Okay, so I do feel many of you could be in the process of going through your own transformation and ascension on your path, which is truly a beautiful thing. The Hangman is also about the energy of surrender, which indicates that your ancestors are kind of gifting you trust, to trust in them more, to trust in the process of, you know, them guiding and giving you this information and communicating with you. Because I feel like intuitively you have and receive all of this information, these downloads directly from them. And it's important for you to take that time to listen and feel within the self, because all of that knowledge that they're gifting to you resides within you. Okay? And as long as you are open to receive that, I feel like that you're there and being able to kind of trust more of the process of where spirit is navigating or helping you to navigate towards. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the Ammonite, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out about the gifts from your ancestors. What have they gifted to you, or what are they, you know, gifting to you in the present moment? I am going to be saving your tarot towards the end to kind of put them on top of all of these oracle cards here. So let's get these set out here. I'm going to put these on the bottom. Okay. So we have compassion. Compassion. Wow, we have finding love. Look at these 2 little seahorses. Smooching. Smooching each other, finding love. Wow. Okay. We also have frozen lilacs. Interesting. I don't even know what that one is about. Let's see. We have the full moon with subconscious and awakening. We also have insight. Okay. Divination. Wow. Take a breath. Take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. I love that, because you guys have insight here too. And the subconscious awakening, the full moon, which has to do with the intuition. Some of you may really be good at divination. Okay, here she's got tarot cards out on her table. She's also got her little crystal ball. She's got candles surrounding her. Some of you might be very, very intuitive. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, so we're going to cover that one up. We've got test here. We've got feel. Interesting. Kind of cover her up too. Okay, so we're going to have to cover up 2 of these. So we've got wish here. Let's move these down. Feeling. And then we also have the unknown. And it kind of, I'm going to cover her up a little bit, but, or Yeah. Okay. So we have unknown. So there's this person that looks like almost like they're standing in front of like this portal here. Okay. So I think first off, I want to look at what the frozen lilacs are. The frozen lilacs. Okay, let's see. There's little icicles that are on them. Oh, wow. A lot of this has to do with love stuff. Finding love. You also have compassion. There's two people with their hands are together here with a little heart down there. But the frozen lilacs, where is it at? It says partnerships, marriage, and also commitment. What are your ancestors gifting to you? We have finding love here. And those two little seahorses, they kind of look like little soulmates to me. So that could be what your ancestors are gifting to you, is for you to connect with or find your person. Okay? Your partner. We've got marriage and commitment. If marriage, not all of you I know want to get married, but some of you it's a desire that you do have, something that you really desire, something you really want. So I do feel like your ancestors are trying to help you to get into alignment with and guiding you towards you connecting and meeting that person. Now, the process of that might not be an easy one, okay? Because this does include us sometimes meeting or connecting with people who are not the right one, okay? And sometimes when we are really into somebody, okay, and we don't want to let that person go, and we're holding on to a person, even though the universe or your ancestors are trying to say, no, it's not that one. It's not that one, pile 2. It's this one over here. You have to let go of that one first in order to align with this one. So I do feel like your process for that might be a challenging one, okay, because I'm seeing test here too. So your ancestors could be testing you, because in a way, like, let's just say with finding love here, and you're somebody who's like, okay, I really want to find love. I want to find true, authentic love. Okay? So our ancestors, or any of our spirit team for that matter, might say, okay, well, pile 2 says this is what their desire is. Okay? And that can go for any desire that we might have within our life. Let's just say that we want to, achieve financial security, stability. We want love. We want to find our person. We want to get married. We want to have a family. We want to buy that beautiful home, whatever it might be. Okay? The universe will test us. Your ancestors will test you. Is it that you really want love? You really want to find that true love, that person for you? Okay, well, let's see. Let's make sure. And it might sound like it's like some cruel joke, okay? Because sometimes the process of getting to what it is that we desire requires work. It requires effort. It requires discernment, okay? It requires action. Focused intention, commitment, dedication to what it is that we do desire, so that we're able to align ourselves to that desire, right? And if we're busy kind of, say, like we're at a dead-end job and we say, okay, well, I want and I desire to have more wealth, more abundance, but yet we don't do anything about it, right? How bad do you want it? How much do you want that desire? If the opportunity is there that presents itself for you to have that, and you have to make a change, and then you allow your fears or your insecurities to get in the way and block you from whatever that might be, do you really want it? And I feel like the same thing, especially because love is coming up here with partnerships, marriage, and commitment, and finding love here, that there could be people that you meet along the path that could be something that are testing you, and your ability to really truly tune into your intuition and feel what is the right thing for you, what is the right path. And sometimes we go against our better judgment, we go against what our inner knowing and intuition is telling us, and we end up in situations sometimes that are not the best for us. Okay? And I would say, especially with that process of finding love, where we end up meeting certain people and they're not quite aligned with what it is that we do desire, but we have a hard time letting them go. We have a hard time releasing the attachment and learning how to detach from people and situations that do not serve us. Okay? So I do feel that, your ancestors do test you to ensure that you are, trusting the process with what it is that you do wish for. I am feeling, because we do have the wish card here, that there is some type of wish fulfillment for you, that your ancestors are trying to help you to get into alignment. And I feel, especially for those of you that are single and are wanting love, looking for love, and trying to find the right person, that this is something that your ancestors are gifting to you. But you may also be required to step outside of your comfort zone, to let go of people or situations that are not in alignment. And that may even include certain ways of thinking, okay? Especially if you feel like you've been unlucky in love, or you're kind of in that mindset that feels unworthy of love, or undeserving of it, or that you're stuck in that self-sabotaging thought cycle of, it's never going to happen for me, I'm going to be single forever, and thinking in that way. Okay? So I'm seeing the unknown here, and I feel like your ancestors are gifting to you. We have insight here, right? 3 of these cards here are talking about this psychic energy, about your intuition, about you receiving information from spirit. But I feel like, especially with the test being here, you have to learn to trust it. Your ancestors are gifting you this ability to be able to discern wisely with the information that they give you, whether that comes through psychic visions, psychic dreams, clairaudience, clairvoyance. Like I said, some of you might have a gift of being able to even read the tarot. Okay? Some of you might be doing candle magic, or even have the ability to do some scrying here, okay, with crystals, or working with clear quartz, little what people usually call like a crystal ball or a fortune teller's ball, and be able to use a form of divination to help you to gain insight in that way as well. And some of you, I feel like you don't even need the tools. You receive that information from your ancestors. Your ancestors might also communicate with you, I feel like, a lot through your dreams. Okay, being that we do have the subconscious here and awakening. Another beautiful gift here is compassion. And I feel like with that many of you that have this gift of compassion might be people with really big hearts. And that can be both feeling like a blessing and a curse, because you might be someone who really cares about people and are so kind and so giving and so loving and so compassionate towards others that you feel for them, right? Some of you might also have a gift of empathy, and some of you might be empaths, and you might feel things very deeply. So some of you might have a lot of psychic gifts here, is definitely coming through here. I'm also feeling, like I said, some of you, this is a gift of you trusting in the insight that's your ancestors' gift to you, okay, about stepping out into the unknown. And that, again, is a little bit of a process, because it's us learning how to trust and the messages that we're receiving from your ancestors, past and loved ones, spirit guides. But I do feel a lot of this information is coming through you through psychic visions, dreams. You might even have like premonitions about things, seeing things before they happen. You might be even let in on certain things through your dream state. there as well. I'm kind of want to get a little bit information about this test here. So I'm going to pull some cards about that before we look at your tarot cards here. So let's see. What is this test? Yes, but those of you that are single and open and, you know, looking for love, your ancestors are gifting to you, I feel like your soulmate here. Your wish is being fulfilled. Okay? What is the test here? Or what is this test about? We have the sun. The beams of life. The sun is a card of vitality, of life force, of abundance, of joy, happiness. Okay. Some of you, your ancestors could be, you know, like I said, testing you with regard to you following your heart, letting your heart be your guide towards the things that are going to bring you happiness and fulfillment here. I feel like your ancestors might also be gifting to you at this time confidence in yourself, more confidence in yourself. Being that the sun does have to do with our life force and our vitality. This could be you feeling more radiant, feeling more alive, feeling more present. Okay, and then leading you towards the path that's going to get you to this place. And like I said earlier, this might be a need for you to learn to trust. Learn to trust your ancestors and where they are guiding you. Let's see what else. We have, yes, look at that, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment, bringing in joy, happiness into your life. So again, like I said, if we're really seeking joy, happiness, fulfillment, love, okay, and you are someone who has plenty of love to give with that energy there, we are going to be tested. Okay, we are going to be tested. Do you really want it? Okay, because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about letting go from things, people, situations that do not align with our highest desires, with what we wish for, right? And this is hard for us sometimes to let go of certain people, especially for those of you that are kind of hanging on to people from your past, ex-partners, or people who are not giving you their time, their presence, their energy. You have to let go, and that is a test. In order to align with our fulfillment and happiness here, which is what your ancestors are trying to give to you, we have to trust in the unknown. We have to trust that if we let go and if we walk away, that your ancestors are trying to align you to what is meant for you, right? And I know that I've heard sometimes in the comments and even with certain clients through private readings that sometimes, you know, they're in marriages or relationships that they're not even happy in, but yet they want to know what other love is out there for me, or who's coming towards me, or, you know, does this person want to be in a relationship with me, you know, and they want to know that they have something secure to kind of go from one connection to the next because of that fear of being alone and not wanting to let go of the thing or the person that is not that they're not happy with, because they want some assurance that if they let this go, that there's something right there for them. And this is where you have to trust that process, that letting go is the process in which you help to align with this wish fulfillment. Okay? Without that, you know, going from one to the other, one to the next. It's just trusting, let go, and then we can get to that finding love and the Nine of Cups here. Okay. The important part is the detachment. It is the letting go of the people or situations that are not in alignment. Okay. All right. So let's look at your other tarot cards that came through for you. We have Death, and it says the metamorphic moth. The metamorphic moth. We have the Ten of Cups. I mean, you guys have beautiful cards here. Okay. We've got the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Sun card, which are all about contentment, fulfillment, happiness, satisfaction. Okay. We have to be willing to let go of those things that do not make us feel that way, and trust the unknown. Trust that if we let go, that we don't need to have something immediately in order to trust that process. We have to trust that it is, right, happening in divine timing, but that your ancestors are gifting this to you. All you need to do is let go, right? Of course, easier said than done, but, you know, it's part of this process. And we have the Death card. The Death card is also about letting go of what no longer serves. Okay, it's a process of transformation. So this can be gifting you this gift of your own personal transformation, having the strength and inner courage to be able to let go of those things that are not in alignment with what we feel and what we know within. We also have the Ten of Swords and the Fool. Okay, so there is your leap of faith. There is your leaping into the unknown here. And this is letting go, okay? The Ten of Swords here is endings. It is healing. Some of you, your ancestors might be gifting you healing at this time, okay? Especially if there has been some painful situations that you've gone through from past partners, bad breakups, divorces, separation, things of that nature, okay? The Fool is also about trust. It's about keeping yourself open to unlimited possibilities and stepping out into the unknown. So some of you, this can also be very helpful for you in terms of other areas of your life. Okay? I'm also seeing this as a healing of the mental state for some of you. Your ancestors gifting you healing for your mind. Okay, helping you to transform certain thoughts that are blocking you from being able to align with what your wishes are, align with what your desires are. Okay, so I'm also seeing the Temperance card here at the bottom of the deck, which is healing. It's about the transmutation of energy. So your ancestors are helping you to transmute any of this energy here, again, that is keeping you blocked, or that is, you know, keeping you from aligning with the desires that you do have, from your wish fulfillment, whatever that might be for you. Love is coming through here, okay, very strongly for this pile. So, you know, if that means letting go of marriages or relationships, situationships, friends with benefits types of things, you know, things that are not really aligned with what you truly desire here, this could also be your ancestors gifting to you the strength to walk away, to let go, to trusting that if you do, that you are going to, yes, be trusting in the unknown, but it is going to be something that's leading you towards your wish fulfillment. And that is beautiful. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonate with the blue rose quartz, this is going to be your reading today, and we're finding out what gifts your ancestors have given you or are gifting to you. We're going to save your tarot for last because I'm going to put those on top. So we'll put those over here. We'll get these oracle cards out. So gifts from your ancestors. We have attraction. Okay. So maybe some of you are, in fact, super attractive, beautiful, handsome. It can also be that you are attracting things into your life that you desire, helping you to align your energy to be more attractive, magnetizing things, okay? So we'll see what else. We have eternal charisma. I love that. This reminds me of Queen of Wands energy. Eternal charisma. So yes, you guys might be really attractive people. Whether, you know, that is physical, being physically attractive, or that there's just something so magnetic about your energy that you just kind of draw people and opportunities to you. Okay. We also have the library. We have smoke with vision and signals. What does this say? Smoke signals inform. Smoke screens to also to obscure. And it says all carry messages. All carry messages. We have strength. Maybe some of you are Leo. Wow, look at that. We have the healer. It says, listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, a river of mercy, blessed by mother, seen only by those who hold her mirror. That message is pretty deep. I feel like there's something very healing about your energy. Some of you might be naturally gifted healers. Some of you might feel a call to a path of shamanic practice, or your ancestors could even be ancestors that carry the gift of being a shaman. Okay. Depending on what culture you are, you know, it could be called different things. Medicine man or woman, shamans, healers. Yeah, really depending on if you come, what kind of ancestral line you come from. The name for it might be a little bit different depending on your culture. Okay. But that is beautiful. So I'm feeling your ancestors are I feel like bestowing upon you this gift of healing, which is truly beautiful. So some of you might, like I said, have that natural gift of healing. Because of the way that this message is also written here, it says, seen only by those who hold her mirror. Some of you might also be empaths, okay? You might also be, there might be this gift here where you reflect people's shadows back to them. And that, I feel like, is the process by which you are helping others to heal, is to really reflect. And it's not to say, you know, that you might not have your own things that you have to heal within yourself. You know, that there is not your own energy that you have within you that has to be healed. And that every negative thing or every shadow part of something that you feel is not just your own too. But you genuinely might have this energy where you kind of reflect back to the world and to people, you know, things that they have to recognize within themselves. Okay, so I feel like with the attraction here too, you might also, and again, kind of like I think I told pile 1 or pile 2, this might feel like both a blessing and a curse, because you might also be someone who, because you do carry that gift of healing, you might also attract a lot of wounded souls, wounded people that need your healing, that need your light, that need that reflection. Okay. So again, with this attraction here and this eternal charisma, like I said, whether it's physical attractiveness, beauty, or that you just have something so magnetic about your energy that you just draw people towards you. Okay. So some of you, I feel like your life purpose might even revolve around healing in some aspect. Now, there's many different ways of being a healer. Yes, you can go and become a doctor. You can become a nurse. You can work in the healthcare field. You can become a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor. You can heal with your words. You can be someone who writes poetry, art, music, sound healing, healing the body. You know, if you're someone who is into exercising and working out and yoga practices, and there's so many different ways of being able to kind of put out that healing medicine. Some of you, because it's also saying listen as the medicine bleeds through her teeth, which means for some of you, this is this gift of being able to communicate healing information, healing words in what you say to others. So some of you might also be able to communicate or express yourself in a way, whether that is through direct communication with others, or maybe, like, again, your writing is something that might touch people in a certain way, touch their heart, touch their feelings and emotions, get them kind of in their feelings or in their thoughts to really help to give them clarity. I'm feeling that also many of you might speak truth. Your ancestors are kind of gifting you the your voice, your truth, authenticity. Okay. Let's see what else you have here. We have sovereignty. I'm going to cover her up a little bit. Sovereignty, which is more or less about freedom, being your own person. And some of you might even kind of be in that process of discovering yourself. Okay. Your own sovereign self, which is about letting go of conditioning, letting go of, belief systems that do not serve you. Okay. Helping you to be and find authenticity from within. And that may even be guiding others to sovereignty through your healing so that they are free. Okay. I'm feeling, because you also have the library here too, this kind of makes me feel that some of you might also have gifts of being able to connect to, the first thing that's coming to my mind is the Akashic records. Okay. Accessing the Akashic records. Some of you might have a natural gift, or even feel drawn towards occult studies or spirituality, religion, seeking out the deeper meaning of life, being very inquisitive, being very curious. I'm also seeing this as a gift of knowledge, of insight, okay? Because we do have vision and signals here. Some of you might also have a gift of clairvoyance, being able to receive messages. Some of you, because smoke is also something where we can have a vision in it, right? And it's also talking about something that can obscure. So you might also have a gift of discernment. You can also have a gift of being able to see through illusion, okay? To be able to tell when someone is lying, when someone is, not telling the truth, or if there are ulterior motives. So being able to kind of see right through people and to really kind of see the truth of who they are. And maybe even for some of you reflecting that back to them so that they can understand that it is an aspect or a part of themselves that they need to work on. Okay. You might also be someone who is able to kind of retain a lot of information. Okay. Like learning something, studying something, and then being able to, carry all of that knowledge and wisdom within yourself, and being able to kind of help to integrate that not only into your own life, but being able to, communicate that knowledge and that wisdom, I feel like, and share it with other people. Some of you with the gift of strength here might also be very strong individuals. Some of you may have gone through a lot of maybe very challenging or difficult things, and your ancestors are gifting you inner strength to be able to handle a lot, or to make it through certain things that have been pretty challenging for you on your journey. Okay. We also have freedom here. So yes, both of these cards here, sovereignty and freedom. Here she's flying on a bird here. Some of you might also have this gift of higher perspective, being able to see things from a higher perspective to help others as well. We have wound here and expand. Yeah, and I'm seeing this in a way of expanded consciousness, expanded knowledge, in what your ancestors are gifting to you. With the wound here and the healer, like I said, I feel like many of you, your ancestors have gifted you the gift of healing. So some of you, like I said, you might feel called to medical field if you want to kind of go conventional, traditional, school, stuff like that. Or you might take it very unconventional where you get into spirituality. Okay. More unconventional types of healing modalities might be something that is of interest to you as well. Okay, so let's look at your tarot here. We have the Karmic Soul Tribe, and it says the family. We have the Page of Swords. Let me see if I can cover. Okay. The Star. Yep, there's healing energy all over this reading. Pile 3. Okay. There's lots of healing here. Look at this. The High Priestess is here. Wow. Yeah. I feel many of you have some very strong spiritual gifts that your ancestors have gifted to you. The High Priestess is our connection to the Akashic Records. Okay? The High Priestess has access to connection to the spirit realm. So this doesn't just have to be limited to the connection, a strong connection to your ancestors, but it can be passed on loved ones. It can be any other beings. I'm noticing that there's the constellation back there, so it might even be other interdimensional beings. Some of you might have the gift of psychic sight, clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance. Okay, maybe something that is present here. Claircognizance is our inner knowing, and this is just kind of when we have information. We don't know how we know, we just know. We have a feeling of it without people telling us, without us getting leading information. It's just kind of like this information is just accessible to us. We don't have to go and seek it out and look for it and, you know, do investigating and stuff like that. It's more or less that this information is just in us. Okay? Some of you might also receive messages, downloads, stuff like that from your ancestors. Okay? Any of the spirit realm. It may come through dreams. It may come through visions. The Page of Swords energy is also being very detail oriented, paying attention to the details, noticing things. So you might be somebody who's incredibly observant and very curious, very much. The Page of Swords is kind of like an inquisitive child. Very curious, asking questions, interested in learning, interested in knowledge, interested in expansion. Not only because this isn't so much this is more to me about spiritual expansion. Okay? Evolving. So your ancestors might even be gifting to you the ability to expand your mind, your psychic energy, your kind of like your data bank for all of this information here. The Karmic Soul Tribe, the family, and the star here, again, also about healing. Okay, some of you might be a guiding light. You could be gifted by your ancestors as a guiding light for others towards their healing, towards healing karmic family situations. You might also be someone in the family who is meant to heal your karmic family ancestral line. You might even be receiving information from your ancestors on how to do that. Okay, how to do that, how to kind of make things clearer for you so that you are able to ascend along your own spiritual path here. Okay. I'm also seeing this kind of as a gift for you, pile 3, as the student. I do feel like with the High Priestess energy here, the High Priestess is very wise. However, we don't know it all. Okay? We don't know it all. Even as much as we might think that we do, as smart as we might be. The Page of Swords is also about the energy of a student. Okay? This is ever evolving, ever growing, ever learning. The High Priestess has access to secret knowledge and wisdom. And this secret knowledge and wisdom has been attained through many past lives. The Akashic records, the ancestors, okay? However, where you are at in this lifetime, you're not only coming in as this wise, very wise soul, but you are still learning, okay? You're still learning yourself. And so I feel like it's important for you to also kind of at times be open to learning new things. And I'm kind of feeling that some of you might love to learn things, love to know, love to, you might seek out knowledge, seek out information. So it could be attracting situations or opportunities for you, for your growth, for your knowledge. Because again, in this lifetime, although yes, you're coming in as this High Priestess energy with already so much knowledge, right, that you have access to from your ancestors and your own past lives, but also from the karmic cycles that you may have gone through past lives and also in this lifetime, but you're also coming in as the student, okay? And I feel like that comes with much humility of understanding that we don't know everything, right? And we have to allow ourselves to take ourselves back to the beginner mind and to be open to looking at things in a new way and to be open to different perspectives and to learning, continuing to learn, continuing to expand our consciousness, okay? And I feel like it's doing so in a way that I do feel like you are a healer naturally, Pile 3. And I feel like you also might be someone who in this lifetime is also healing yourself, okay? Because you have 2 cards here as well with sovereignty and freedom. And this is really about you being your own sovereign self and about you healing any type of ancestral things that may have been passed down from generation to generation that have kept your ancestral line from being free. Okay, you're healing, and I think I told this to another pile too. It's kind of like you're the generation in your ancestral line where any type of karmic energies that have kind of followed your ancestral line around, it's like it stops here. It stops here. You are being the one who is being made aware of this process of healing. Your ancestors are passing down this gift of healing to you so that you are able to heal yourself and to also heal others. And that is truly beautiful. I'm sure it's a lot. It feels like a lot of weight, right? Because like I said, for many of you have this energy about you that just kind of attracts wounded souls, people who need healing, people who need healing the inner child, healing karmic energies, healing family line. You know, it's some big shoes to fill, okay? Big shoes to fill. But it truly is a beautiful gift in that you are able to be a guiding light for others, okay? The star here, it says the cosmic guide. And then the crescent moon cat. So yes, beautiful, beautiful energy, okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.